shot. Riding in style.
The following contest is a tables match. Making his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
You guys feel that? Just got a little warmer in here, gentlemen, because Latino heat is on the scene. I couldn't tell you how many times I've logged into WWE Network and gone back and enjoyed and relived Eddie Guerrero's greatest moments. Truly one of my favorites to ever do it.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Few WWE superstars have fared as well throughout their careers as Randy Orton.
Cool, calm, collected, but laser focused.
And ready to explode at a moment's notice with an RKO out of nowhere.
The mood changes when Randy Orton enters the building.
Orton is a volatile superstar that can end a match in an instant with an RKO out of nowhere.
A man with absolutely no absence of malice. And we're underway with what will likely be a wild tables match.
Oh, man, this card is just packed with so many great matches, and this one is definitely among the most anticipated, I'd say.
What a stomp! Good grief! Harsh impact. Clubbing blow to the back.
Break you in half.
You want to talk about WWE Hall of Famers taking things to the extreme? The first time many fans saw somebody put through a table was in 1984. Randy Macho Man Savage drove Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express through a table with a pile driver at the Mid-South Coliseum.
Vicious strike. Corey, I remember seeing photos of that horrible scene in wrestling magazines. The pile driver was utilized when Terry Funk planted Nature Boy Ric Flair on a table at WCW's Wrestle War 89 pay-per-view. And something happened in sports entertainment in the early 90s called Extreme Championship Wrestling. ECW superstars crashed through tables all the time.
And what was going on in Philadelphia caused a craze of wood being turned into wood chips thanks to tables matches. In order to win a tables match, a competitor must be the first person to put their opponent through a table. We've also witnessed brutality evolve and superstars crash through flaming tables.
For a few years, Randy Orton brought his career to even greater heights by aligning with the Authority as their personally appointed face of the WWE. Bringing it back into the ring, and he's heading back in.
Powerbomb planted.
Michael mentioned Randy Orton as the face of the WWE, given his long history aligning with Triple H. It made perfect sense for the game to give the Viper preferential treatment, main events, and a lengthy world title reign.
Gentlemen, it was so much more than their history that made Randy Orton the face of WWE. Randy Orton has the look, style, and the attitude of a champion, and that is why Triple H made him the centerpiece of the Authority for so long.
Randy Orton is one of the most dominant competitors in WWE history with few weaknesses. Corey, how would you target the Apex Predator?
One needs to look at Orton's medical history for the key. More than anything else, shoulder injuries have put the Viper on the sideline.
Must be nice to be able to dial it up when you need to.
Corey brought up Orton's many shoulder injuries earlier, and my quick research corroborates that. He suffered one just 6 months into his career and has been out of action as recently as 2016 due to shoulder issues.
Well, even if you don't re-injure the Apex Predator's shoulder, it's still smart to target it as you'll drastically reduce the effectiveness of his arc. Eddie Guerrero. Oh, we know what he's doing, Michael. Oh, for the second. And with the completion, 3 amigos.
Got every ounce of that one. This could be over.
It shouldn't be a shock that the Dudley Boys were involved in one of the most intense tables matches we've seen in recent memory. At the 2015 TLC event, the Dudleys called on their Extreme brothers Tommy Dreamer and Rhino to battle the Wyatt family in an 8-man elimination tables match. People were flying everywhere that night. And in classic ECW fashion, so were the trash cans and kendo sticks.
The match in 2015's TLC event with the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer and Rhino versus the Wyatts, was chaos from the second all 8 superstars were in the ring. Braun Strowman was awesome in his destruction of all 4 members of Team Extreme, but the ECW originals kept their focus on making sure each member of the Wyatt family crashed through a table.
The ECW's originals love a brawling clash with the Wyatts' drive to destroy anyone who stepped in their path. The Wyatts took the advantage after Rhino and Devon Dudley were eliminated, and they didn't look back. Bubba Ray took on the Wyatts with everything he had, but the sick power of the Wyatt family was just too much, as seen when Braun Strowman chokeslammed Bubba Ray through the final table.
If I can give one piece of advice to an opponent of Eddie Guerrero's, it's keep your eyes on Latino heat at all times. If Eddie disappears, you're in big trouble.
Corey, you summed it up perfectly. I've announced enough Eddie Guerrero matches to say an opponent can't lose sight of Eddie for a split second.
This is one of the few things I agree with both of you about. If an opponent loses track of Eddie Guerrero, Eddie can lie, cheat, steal in seconds, and just like that, the match is over. Uh-oh, suplex!
I have to tell you, the RKO from Randy Orton is a thing of beauty. Well, unless you're the one who's getting dropped by it. The Apex Predator's speed and power are just the beginning because an RKO can occur at any moment.
You know, these guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got. Corey, it still amazes me how quickly Randy Orton can strike an opponent with the RKO. Obviously, the WWE Universe feels the same way since the hashtag out of nowhere trends on social media whenever the Viper uncoils.
It doesn't matter if an opponent is behind Randy Orton, in front of him, attacking him, the Viper is always one RKO from victory.
taking it. Looks like Eddie Guerrero is in a bit of trouble.
I'd say he's starting to feel the pressure a bit.
I don't think this is how he envisioned this tables match playing out, guys. At this point, unless something changes, I don't see how he has much of a chance.
Yeah, but the good news is that he still appears to be in better condition than his opposition right now.
Eddie Guerrero gets the win. Let's look back on the action from the last match.
Man, oh man, look at that. This was another great moment. Look at him go. And so it goes.
Here is your winner, Eddie Guerrero!
Terrific victory for Eddie Guerrero here tonight.
That was simply a case of one guy determined to prove his dominance over another.
What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.